Hey guys, what's up? This is another Epic Games Free Game of the Week review, and this is for BioShock 1, 2, and 3 is on this one here. Well, Infinite is number 3 basically, or I assume it's number 3, and the first two are remastered, and this is what they basically look like. The other two look a little bit smoother than this. This one here is a little bit more retro, and they went with a more retro look that looks kind of like Fallout in my eyes. They even have similar motifs and stuff like that. But this one has gotten a little bit leggy at this point here in this open spot, and it's a little bit different than the other two. The first two games are basically the same. It's just basically continuing on, and they're all using the same engine, and they're pretty smooth. This one has higher graphic settings, so that might be why it's lagging in such an open area. But one of the things in all these games are you have your basic weapons that you can switch around at any time, and then you have your basic spells and abilities there at the bottom left that you use your basic mana type thing, and then you have your hit points and healing items and things like that. But the first two games have healing items and the magic bar up there instead, and then you just use them as health kits basically, right? So you have you stack up to 9 health kits, and then you get low in health, you use a health kit, and you pick up little items off the ground like this, banana. All this game has the same type of thing, the 3 little things in the boxes that you can pick up, and then you just collect it, and you end up collecting them all. And other things like this, you run around the map like this, and you collect stuff, and you explore and do different things like, check out what's in the trash, and you can, take all the items, and you get your money. And there's little vending machines throughout this game that you pick to upgrade your character or buy ammo and health packs and things like that. And combat is all pretty smooth and pretty fast and pretty neat for all of these games. And it's just a basic storyline where you're back in old time. This one here is even you're back in time farther. So I didn't finish number 1 or number 2. I got bored of number 1, and then I played number 2 for a bit and kind of got bored of that also. So they're not incredibly really awesome or anything like that to keep your attention. But they're okay. They're still pretty good, and I have a low attention span, obviously, to play them like this. But this one has some nice, cool abilities of running around with these little hooks and stuff like that, and you can land on top of guys and kill them, so that's a new effect. And you have that little follower here to pick locks for you, and she gives you money and stuff like that. And other than that, she just does her own thing so far early in this game right here. And this is what it's like, running around being smooth like this and collecting items and checking stuff out. Yeah, basically like this. The vending machines, little items are everywhere in the map. Collect everything that you want to collect, and so there's running around collecting items, shooting stuff, and using your spells to kill guys, and follow the storyline. So it's one of those type of games. You follow the storyline, shoot and kill stuff, and just explore everything to loot everything, and then vending machines for upgrades is basically the currency. What's that hiding there? More money? Okay, I'll take more money. Yeah, and things like that. And the first two games, they have the vending machines and health machines have hacks on them. Then you do hacking stuff, but it's kind of a dumb system on both of the games. They changed it up a little bit, and it was still dumb for both of them. In this one here, they just give you a whole hacking gun, basically. They just give you a hack gun to shoot and use. I don't know what's up with my guns now. I can't use it, but yeah, you just basically it's like that for this type of game, and you just have fun and enjoy it. But yeah, it's 3 games in one, and the price they say is only $60 for the pack. So this is an older pack for older games, and these games work well, and they're still pretty good. The storylines are pretty neat. They're not totally engaging and stuff like that, or anything like that, but they are still different, and they are still neat, and it's kind of fast action shooting and retro stuff if you can get used to it. So yeah, overall, I would give all of these games basically a 6 out of 10 for gameplay value. I did not like the fact that these games all needed to have an extra thing installed when you get them from Epic Games. You have to run they run an extra installing thing, which takes a lot of time, and it's doing a whole bunch of background installing stuff that I don't like. I'm not comfortable with games that want to install a whole bunch of background crap, and then each one of them needed to do the same thing. Like, why do they all need to run the same thing? It's the same installer that they're using for all 3 of them, but they had to run it every single time. And same with the installer for their website. So they have their own website loading screen that they have too, that you have to use to play their game, and that also has to be connected to Epic Games, and so you have to go to that website and have a connection thing. They bring it to you automatically, so it's just click yes, but that's another thing I don't like. It's another extra step that was unnecessary. So that's 2 extra steps for each of these games. It is totally unnecessary and uncalled for, and wastes your time and it wastes your computer space. All so they can actually drive more traffic to their websites, which doesn't work on me, and it's probably not going to work on you. It's a stupid idea. It's a waste of everybody's time. So I don't know why they actually want to get around and do that and force people to go to their web pages to run their game and their own launchers to do their stuff, when they obviously don't need to do that, and in the original games did not need to. They did not have that in the original games, obviously, because that would have been ridiculous, as it is ridiculous now. So yeah, they're not going to get higher than a 6 out of 10 for that kind of stuff, and of course it's not really super original, and it's not super interesting in the long term. The difficulty is pretty nice. It's nice and challenging for most of the stuff. So there's no problem there. And I don't know how difficult they do get, but it was getting hard there after the first 3 or 4 hours in number 1. Everything was starting to get really, really hard, and you're popping a lot of potions and like that to get healed up. Well, healing kits, potions, yeah, same thing. Anyways, overall 6 out of 10 for this week's Epic Games. 3-1 is a pretty good deal. So that's pretty solid for a free game of the week, because it's 3 free games. So let's see what's going to happen next week in the next game. So maybe it's going to be a newer game, but it's still another mystery game. It's a pretty good value. Definitely worth downloading and trying all these games out. And that is it for this week, and I'll see you next week. And that's it. Later.